Hi everyone, welcome to today's tutorial, and in this video today I will be covering two basic tools called the blur tool and the sharpen tool. Now these two tools will help us to actually enhance our image a lot better, and without wasting any time, let's dive right in. Right. So as you can see that I've opened up this image of this model with red hair, and then she's sitting in a garden with a lot of leaves in the background. Right. So for example, I want to use the blur tool to blur out some of the leaves over here in the front. Right. So for that I will be using the blur tool. Right. So if I select over here and I'll find my blur tool right over here. Right. So it's in the shape of a drop. So as the name suggests, the blur tool will help us to blur out certain sections or certain portions of our image, right? So I'm just going to make the size of my brush a little bit more smaller from here, okay? And I'm going to let the mode be normal itself, and I'm going to let the strength be 100%. By default, you must be seeing that the strength is 50%, so increase that to 100%. And I'm just going to zoom in a little bit on this image so it becomes easier for you to see, right? I'll just zoom out, wait. Yeah, okay. So now I'll start using the blur tool, and now you can see that while I am moving my mouse on these leaves like this, I'm able to blur out the leaves in the background like this. So did you see? Can you see? Like you can see that the leaves are starting to blur like that. So originally the image was like this, and now with the blur tool it's starting to get blurred like this. So this comes in handy. This type of tool comes especially in handy if you want to blur out certain portions, and if you just want to blur out the background as it is, right? So I'm not gonna make any blur in the background. As you can see, this is already blurred out. So I'm just use the blur tool to blur out the leaves in the front as well. And there you go. So this was the blur tool, right? So even though the intensity is low, this type of tool works best if your image is slightly smaller in size and you have a lot of colors in your image as well, right? So that's that. Okay, right. I'm just gonna undo this. Yeah, like that. Alright, so once that's done, so this was the blur tool. Okay, so now I'm going to show you the sharpen tool. So what the sharpen tool does is that even though the intensity or the effect is going to be extremely low, but it works. So as the name suggests, the sharpen tool will help you to make the image or the edge of your particular image more sharpened, more sharp, right? So I'm going to come back here, and here it is, my sharpen tool. Right, I'm going to increase the brush size a little bit as well. Again, I'm going to keep the mode to be normal, and this time I'm going to decrease the strength a little bit to 55, and I'm just going to come over here to the edges of her hair. So even though, wait, oops, I have suddenly come back. Yeah, that. As you can see, that even though the effect is really low, but it will actually help you to make the edges of your image stand out. I mean, you will be able to differentiate these a lot better like this. So if you want, you can also increase the strength a little bit. As you can see that the effect is very low, but like that. So strength, this sharpen tool is not used much by us designers, but it's only used sparingly just to give it like a small retouching effect. Okay. So now the thing is that if you use the sharpen tool a little too much in one particular area, it can destroy the image as well. So see for example, if I keep using it here like this, you can see that it gets ruined, right? So you do not want that to happen, right? So use it extremely sparingly so that it does not ruin any part of your image, and like that. So this was the sharpen tool as well. So as I mentioned, the sharpen tool also, like, the intensity is really low. So it can get a little bit difficult to see if the edges are becoming more sharp or not. But if you look at the overall image now, like the hair especially, it's looking a lot better as well. So all these small changes that we do in particular images, like tweaking the lighting a little bit more, or just sharpening the edge a little bit, or blurring a certain portion of the image, it will help you to enhance your image overall a lot better. So that was about it. So I have covered these two tools called the blur tool and the sharpen tool. So with a little practice, you can also use these two tools to enhance any image of your choice. So, I hope you found this video to be useful, and thank you for watching.